everyone. My name is Chris Winter. I'm the CEO of Reach. We're continuing the bounty hack exploration of all the participants and kind of doing a quick interview to find out how it went, the things that came up, and just get their opinions of their projects. Today, we actually have the winning team of Hamza and Namiq. They built an Algorand plays Pokemon. It was very similar to, if you remember back in the days where there was a Twitch plays Pokemon, but this is doing that, but on the blockchain. So thank you so much, Hamza and Namiq, for joining me today.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So let's just start.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about your background as a developer. Hamza, you can go first.
I don't have a long history of development. For 6 months, I have been learning JavaScript and Python, all this starter stuff. And 3 months ago, I learned about blockchains and app development. So that's almost the time where I learned about Reach.
So how long before you learned Reach did you learn development?
It has been almost 3 months, I guess.
Wow. So you.
This was my first program with Reach, and it was almost after 5 weeks of practicing, we came up with this project.
Oh, wow. So how about you, Namiq? What's your background?
I even have less experience than Hamza. I only started developing some apps with using JavaScript, some websites using JavaScript for 2 months before starting, before I even heard about Reach. Then we just see this bounty hack, decided to talk to Hamza and me. We decided to join this and try ourselves actually.
Wow, I actually had no idea. I that you guys were both so new to programming. That's awesome. So I mean, you answered the question. Have you ever built on anything in blockchain before? So Reach was your first foray into blockchain development?
Yeah, that was our first project.
So what initially excited you about the Pokemon project specifically?
Well, we already knew about Twitch Plays Pokemon project, and writing the equivalent of it in blockchain environment was an exciting idea from the start. So that was my point of excitement, at least.
You know, Algorand plays Pokemon is a fun, cute thing to build, but can you think of anything else like that you learned from it that could be applied to real world applications?
Yeah, actually, it looks like a normal, simple game, but when you think about it, you can scale the same concept of a user paying a price to give an input to many projects. It can be a junk box where users pay a price to add their music. Maybe it will be a equivalent of Twitch's message system where you had to pay to give a certain message. Or I heard even about Twitter implementation of the same concept where every user paid a little amount to send a tweet. Maybe they can be empathized and sold individually.
That's really cool. So, you know, something that you could do a jukebox, you could do social media in this way. I mean, it really can be any type that there's a queue of anything, or actually, you know, a feed of anything. It's this type of technology we use. So tell us about the actual process of developing it. What excited you?
Now, of course, the first challenge was learning the Reach itself, but I could easily say that learning Reach was the easiest process of the whole development because it almost took me 2 or 3 weeks to actually write the first contracts myself. But we also didn't know how to write a web application using React. And since we also had to make our website, it was the hardest part actually.
Yes, actually, every day we arranged meetings on Discord, shared our screens, did some stuff before sleeping 2 hours, 3 hours. It was really very, actually, it was very, we enjoyed this process because Actually, our main goal was to learn something from here, and I think we reached our goal.
I mean, you won, so congrats on that. You won the grand prize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's also a great motivation.
Yeah,
For future projects.
exactly. So Reach was relatively easy, but learning the connecting it to actually like the game of Pokemon and building the actual website was pretty difficult, you'd say?
Yeah, that was the hardest and biggest part of our project.
Right on. So how did you find working in the community?
If there was no Discord group or there was no help from you guys, I don't think we could actually finish the task. But with your help, actually, we finished it and in the first place.
That's awesome. So you're Hamza, you're in Turkey, and Namiq, you're in Azerbaijan. Um, I see that there's actually quite a big community, Turkish community. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I can talk about the Turkish part. In Turkey, the term Bitcoin and blockchain is almost exotic because it is new. Um, a Bitcoin is a lot worth in Turkish liras. Maybe people are excited about it because of it. Uh, and development side, people are really willing to learn about blockchain, the environment, and building something on blockchain, be it Algorand, be it in Reach, excites people because it's like some alien language where only some few people can talk it. So blockchain has its own ecosystem in Turkey.
Right on.
In Azerbaijan, actually, things are much more different. The term blockchain even not heard. I've heard only 2-3% people who is dealing with blockchain. It's not even existing in Azerbaijan. I can say it for sure. And I want to be one of the first people who bring this to our homeland. I hope actually after 2-3 years becoming more advanced on this topic, I can do this.
So Hamza, you are currently working with two prominent members of the Turkish community, Bugra and Enos, to do your own bounty hack. Do you want to kind of talk about that?
We liked how Bounty Hack turned out to be a really good place to start for many developers, and we also want the same effect happen in our Turkish universities. And in that, with that perspective and vision, we started Bounty Hack in Turkey. It is almost 2 weeks ahead of our time. After 2 weeks, we will start taking applications. Well, I am very excited about it. I want to see what projects will they come with.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited about it as well. And Namiq, eventually, I think that running one in Azerbaijan would be great as well.
Yeah, that's something on my mind. I want to learn it as an advanced, because if you don't learn anything as advanced, you can't teach it to someone, and if you can't teach it to someone, it will be less interesting for them. That's why actually it's my learning process now, but someday I'll do it.
Wonderful. So jumping back to this project here, now that this project is done, where do you see yourself going next? I mean, I know, Hamza, you're involved in the next bounty hack program to actually kind of spawn this, but how about developing yourself? Do you have any plans for that?
Well, I want to see more popular blockchain concepts coming to Reach, and I want to see DAOs and NFTs, all sorts of exciting stuff in the blockchain ecosystem to be implemented in Reach. With Bounty Hacked, we also try to, actually, I also try to make an NFT marketplace for Reach. And at the same time, I am considering to make an DAO using Reach, but I don't have enough time for that.
That's pretty ambitious. How about you, Namiq?
Actually, in this process, I'm teammate with Hamza. We mostly sometimes we speak very often online, of course. We chat very often. We decide things like that, and hope this team will go further.
That's great. I mean, you know what? Let's do a little bit of an announcement here. Just why not? We're actually working with a team right now to build a NFT factory, an NFT generator that's and they're going to release all of their code on how to actually make it very easy to generate NFTs on any chain that Reach is connected to, specifically on Algorand. So it'll be very easy to allow for anybody to upload an image. It'll automatically create the NFT and transfer to that wallet. So that's probably going to be about 3 weeks away at this point. But once that's done, I would recommend you and anybody to take that code, build marketplaces around it, and really kind of make an ecosystem around it. Because a huge benefit of being on Algorand is that a transaction costs 0.001, what's a 1/1000th of an algo, which is a tenth of a penny right now, compared to the crazy prices of Ethereum. So I recommend you keep paying attention to that.
Yeah, that's great news.
Awesome. So how about just a generic tip that you could give to any say a developer in Turkey right now, because hopefully there are going to be a lot of people in Turkey watching this video. What would be the main tip that you would give to starting off? What would you tell them to do?
Well, as a developer and as a Turkish developer, I think me and most of my friends have this problem of learning stuff every day, but not making a real project with it. And I also had the same problem where I learned a lot of stuff in a short span, but I couldn't even make a project because I was too hesitant. I start and I can't finish it to the end because I don't think I have what it takes to finish it. My advice on that point is don't hesitate and try to go deeper and deeper when you try to finish a project, so that when the project ends, you already feel like you have gone a long way. Actually, that's what happened with my Reach journey, because I was too hesitant, so that I wouldn't actually thought that I couldn't finish that project from start to finish. But as it turned out, we actually could do that, and now I'm proud of it. Yeah.
How about you, Namiq?
Yeah, and that's was one of my problems actually. I was afraid to ask sometimes questions because these types of questions seemed how to say so stupid to me, but it's actually no problem to asking any kind of question where it learning process. And the most important thing is to start and to decide start from what. Because if you divide yourself to 3-4 parts for learning 3-4 things at the same time at the same day, it's actually it's for me it's impossible to be a professional in even in one of them. But if you focus on one or maximum two things, I think you eventually will be successful.
Yeah, and I would just really kind of echo what you just said. There is that, I mean, you guys just months ago started learning development, and you have already written a fully formally verified, safe, decentralized application that plays Pokemon. I mean, that is extremely inspiring, and there's not many people on the planet that have actually built functioning dApps at this point. So great job, and I'm very impressed by your progress so far, and I can't wait to see what you build next.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's because our unexceptional potential or something like that. It's just because we stick with it to the end and try to ask every question possible. Some of my questions, looking back then, is almost stupid, as Namiq stated. But they were essential at some point because I had to learn they were stupid at first. And everyone who takes their time to learn a programming language and even Reach I think they could end up with a really good projects in the end.
The other, I think, benefits of being able to build an application that is scales, that doesn't have a high cost is on Algorand for providing a platform. There's a lot of moving pieces, and you guys were able to put them all together to build a great product. So congrats. And I think that's all of my questions today. But if there's not, we'll end this here and probably go and build some cool stuff.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for having us.
Yes, thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
You
Have a
too.
nice
Thank
day.
you.